Hello, this is Emily Stumler here, and I'm with the iOS course R505. And tonight I'm going to show you about edpuzzle, how you can use it in your classroom instruction. As a computer teacher, I am always looking for ways that I can kind of jazz up my instruction, but also definitely looking for ways that I can um, broaden my kind of toolbox that I can share with teachers that they can make their instruction a little bit more effective with their class. I had never heard of edpuzzle before, so I was really intrigued by it. I really like the idea of video mashup and kind of taking another person's video to make it your own. Um, and it's I like it because it's smoother rather than stopping and going through a United Streaming video or a YouTube video. You can make your lessons more smoother, which I like a lot. As far as signing up, it is free. If it's your first time, you can sign up and, of course, click Teacher. You can either sign in with your Google account, or if you have an Edmodo account, that kind of saves yourself some time, or you can, of course, just sign up without either of those. I've already created an account because I've been fiddling around with it as a teacher, and then with my Google account, of course. But this is kind of like I tell my students, it's the loading dock where you can split off in all kinds of different directions. At the top of your toolbar, you have home, of course, which is kind of like the loading dock, and then you have my content, which are your videos that you've previously created, your classes that you, of course, create yourself and you assign what the name is, you can tell what grade it is, and then, of course, your content. And then, of course, your username, your profile, your account, all that information, of course, to log out. So to start, I'm going to go ahead and click on my content and create a new video. I'm going to hit the plus sign. Now you can choose either to create a new video for your class, you can upload a video that maybe you've made in a different format, you can create new projects, or you can just create a new folder to kind of better organize yourself. So today, for today's purposes of this video, I'm going to do a new video. And one thing that I do really like about edpuzzle is that the sites that you can pull from, similar to Blindspace, they give you different platforms that you can choose from. I really like most of these sites. I haven't used all of them, but I believe they give you a good variety and they're trusted, and they usually turn out strong videos. So I am going to go with the route of YouTube, and for my second grade class with computer, integrating science is a big thing at our school. So I'm going to type in parts of a plant because that's what my second graders have been working on, kind of reviewing from first grade. And once you've typed in kind of your general search, they're going to give you different videos that match that criteria. And if you're not familiar with a video, or if you're not sure if it's the one that you want, you can always click on it and it'll pop up in a new video or a new screen where you can kind of preview it and see if it's the one that you want. Usually within the first
all plants are multicellular
couple seconds, you can tell like whether or not that's one that you had seen before, or if it's, sometimes I pull up a video and just the person's voice, if it's hard to understand or if they have some crazy background music, I usually don't choose those videos. You can either choose to use that video or you can save it to where you can come back to it later, where you're kind of weeding through or trying to figure out which ones you want to choose. Now for this one, I'm just going to choose one to get started. I'm going to click on this one and then use video. And of course it's going to kind of preview just to make sure. But I'm going to click that I want to use this video to start my project or my mashup. Along the top part of your screen, these are your different options, and you do have to go through each option to be finished. But you can, in this first one, the crop, it's where you use these two red handles to kind of decide which parts do you want to focus on for your instruction. If, like, let's say at the end of the video there are subtitles or not subtitles, but if there are credits, things like that, you can always trim those out, or maybe there might be a logo at the beginning of the video that you can always move it in so you're not wasting time, which I think is a great part of creating not only positive classroom management, but using all of your classroom teaching time. So if I were to use all of this video, of course, I wouldn't really trim it down, but I am going to bring it in just a smidge, okay, in each side. Once you're finished with that portion, once you've kind of cut, and another thing that I like about edpuzzle is you don't have to go through each station in the same sequence. Like I can go through and I can, if I already know where I want to put in questions, I can click on the question mark. If I want to add in audio notes for my students to hear my own voice, kind of like a voiceover, I can do that in this third step. The second step is if you click with the audio track, that's completely wiping out the sound from the video that you pulled from YouTube. You won't hear any of the music, you won't hear any of the narration if you choose to do a voiceover right here, the audio track. Now you can do audio notes, and you'll see down here it popped up this yellow, almost I was calling it a tag because it kind of reminds me of a shopping tag. But you can choose different parts in the video where you want to talk to your students. Maybe you want to prompt some type of, or pose a question. You may want them to pause and reflect on a sheet of paper. I know that's kind of more of a popular way of using a video in the classroom with older students. One of the main things that I really like with the voice tag is when I have my students in the computer lab, they can hear my voice, so it's not really that they're disconnected as we're doing our instruction. Like I didn't just set them up for a video for 16 minutes and I'm just kind of like wandering the classroom. They still feel like I'm engaged with them. I'm still tuned in. I'm giving them things to think about. Another thing that I really like about edpuzzle is this fourth option where the quizzes. You can choose throughout your time where you want a quiz. Maybe after they start showing different parts of the video, there might be where you either, with the quizzes, you just click on the green tag and all of the different options up here have a different color with them. With the question tab, you can either have an open response where you just say, which part of the plant, if I could spell that would be correct, which part of the plant is used to create food for the plant. Okay, and that's just, you would just say done, and it creates and it shows you what it would look like for the students. So when the students get to a minute 41 of this video, it's going to pause and it's going to show this text box where with the option for them to add in the response. Now you can also, as far as with questions, you can also add in at different parts with questions, and you'll see that that was already flagged that I made that question. You can do test where you have different options, whether it's a yes or a no or a true or a false, or if you want to add more options like A, B, C, or D type thing, you can. And that's also a great way to do like formative assessment with a video. Another great thing, kind of a comment, just to take that Bloom's taxonomy to kind of get their opinion on something. You can have a comment box where it's not really a right or wrong answer, where they can tell their overall understanding of a video, or you may pose a different question. And with all of these different test questions or comment questions or quiz questions, however you want to call them, it's just a great way. I like that there's 3 different kinds because it gives you a little bit more variety. When you are finished with stopping and mashing your video, of course, then you would click close or done. You would name your video, and then of course which language you want to save it in. And then if you need to tag it, you may, and then save and exit. Now, once you have yours, you can, the amount of classes that you've created, you can just click on them and then assign, save assignments. Another thing that I kind of skipped through there a little bit too fast, um, you can on that last part where you are saving your video, you can choose whether or not you want the students to be able to skip through the video. So if you really don't want to have students just skipping to the questions and doing that part ahead of actually viewing the video, you can put that in place. You can, of course, at your my classes, like this is the second grade tech class, you can view it like a student would see it, so that's always a good idea to click on it and kind of see what your students are going to be seeing, and it also shows them when the question is going to be ready. So I like that visual flag so that the students kind of know, okay, up here, in the beginning of the video, I get to kind of, absorb the information, and then towards the middle, I'm going to be asked something. I'm going to be asked a question, or I'm going to be asked to do something. But I do like that feature that it kind of lets them know what's coming. It's kind of like when we're in the classroom, like, okay, Johnny, I'm gonna come back to you after I talk to Sally. Um, but overall, I think Edpuzzle is pretty easy to use. If you're one thing that I did find, as you're doing when you're creating videos, if you run across a video that doesn't pop up, that can be a little bit of a challenge, but overall, the videos that they do have listed here, the video platforms, I was able to find quite a few different. I kind of started looking in the Khan Academy because with our fourth and fifth graders, they're working on factoring numbers, which is a little challenging, but um, it just, get on there and play around with it. And I think it's a great way to kind of make our instruction um, less cluttered and all in one place. And the good thing about your videos is that you can embed them. Like if you want to share the video, you can embed it on your website, or if your school has some sort of platform, you can do it that way. Or even if not just thinking about students, but also thinking about parents. If there was a concept that you kind of wanted to send out there to the parent community or the parent um, aspect, you can send that out there and kind of get their comments or their feedback on some of the maybe a new initiative that you wanted to start within your school. So that is Edpuzzle, and it's like I said, it's pretty simple to use. It's free. It lends itself to a lot of different subject areas, and most of all, what I like the most about it is that it's very organized. I could trim out kind of the useless garbage out of videos that commonly, it's just advertisements, or the music leading into a video can be a little cumbersome. It's usually when actually I use that time for the students to kind of calm down, but I like that it gets straight to the point. So that is Edpuzzle, and I thank you for your time.